Willie D Live.
Let's talk about Michael.
Yeah.
Michael. I remember when Muhammad Ali changed his name.
Yeah.
And, you know, people were trying to berate him saying, your mama named you Cassius.
I'm going to call you Cassius.
Right. Your mother named you Michael. Am I correct?
Yeah,
Michael
my mother named
Rendell.
me Michael Render. Yep, Michael Santiago Render.
Yes, sir.
I told her she thought I was going to look Puerto Rican like my dad. I ended up just looking black like her. God bless my soul. My father, light skinned with the curly hair, so I told her that when she came on the exotic middle name. But she named me his first name. My father was named for the angel Michael, and I was named for him, and my daughter, and I have a son named Michael, all named for me.
Beautiful, beautiful. So you went from Michael, and the name that the culture gave you is Killer Mike.
Yeah, Killer Mike.
And so now the new album, which everybody's ranting and raving about, you go back to Michael. You go from Michael to Killer Mike, back to Michael.
Yep. Yeah.
What was the significance of naming your album Michael?
I don't know. Well, this is my 20th year in rap, but people had never met Michael. They met versions of Michael that they liked. So, you know, some people like Killer Mike the rapper. Some people like Michael Render, who they saw, you know, as an activist. Some people like Mike the businessman. But I had never on record given people fully who I was. You know, you sign a major deal, you know, you end up, you have to partner with a major company, and they get to make some decisions you don't have much say on. So, you know, singles got picked for me. I was signed to Outkast, so people viewed me in proxy to them. Grand Hustle was a recorded home. T.I. was like my brother and friend. You know, so I had always been attached to something that was bigger, but people just never got to meet me. So I think it's important that people meet you, you know. So I said, before, you know, I got sick with COVID. Before they even gave it a name, I was flat on my face for like 14 days. Right after, I'm one half of a very successful rap group called Run the Jewels. I'd argue we the best rap group going today. And I could have just, you know, for the last decade, we've been doing great. You know, we've been touring the world, been around the world 4 times, 123 shows a year. We do very well. But I was like, man, if I died today, I'd only be known as Killer Mike. You know, one half, and Killer Mike is a character, you know, of an MC that a 9-year-old boy imagined. You know, I wanted to be the most badass, swaggering MC it was. You know, I wanted to be like Cube. I wanted to be like Face. You know, I wanted to be like Ice-T. But at my core, I'm just this little boy. I'm Denise's son, and I wanted everybody to have an opportunity to meet a black boy from a black enclave in Atlanta who grew up empowered. I didn't have to search for black empowerment. I already grew up in it and knew it and thrived in it. So I just wanted people to understand me. As I interviewed and stuff, I realized how many people were misunderstanding me and the things I was saying. So I was just like, let me put down a personal testimonial with my trials and triumphs, you know, my lows in the valley and my peaks on the mountain.
Almost like an autobiography.
Yeah, with the beginning of one, because it's going to be 3 series. It's going to be 2 more Michaels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but I wanted to introduce people first to this who I am and why I am. You know?
Man, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I don't know what you've been hearing, but what I've been hearing is that this is Killer Mike's best work to date.
Yeah, and I've had some great work. 11 years ago, I gave him a classic album with rap music. You know what I mean? If you go in the Trap Music Museum Tips has my first album, Monster Up, is the first attempt at a conscious trap album. So I've been making great work, but this is the absolute. This is the whale I've been chasing for 20 years. Like, if you've read Moby Dick, you know, I was intent on getting this reaction out of people.
But I'm interested, where did it come from? Because, you know, they say rap is a quote-unquote young man's game.
Yeah, that's what they say.
That's what they say, right?
Yeah.
But they say the same thing about basketball. They say the same thing about football. But then you got Tom Brady. He winning championships at the age of 40 or whatever, right? But the point that I'm making is, like, how do you produce your your best work on what some people would consider the back end of your career? Where does that come from?
You can't think about what some people think. I don't even know some people. You know, I know my people. My people believe in me. Yeah. You know, I remember watching Muhammad Ali walk into a fight, I think with who's it? It was my boy Foreman. And he said, man, what y'all looking sad for? Y'all already looking like I done lost the fight, like I'm dead or something. and that's, you know, my people, man, they give it to me. That was somebody on my team that questioned if I could do it and my age, and we went ahead and fired him. He got on out of there.
Yeah, it was time for him to go.
Everybody else seemed to be believers after that. You know, God bless him and whatever he doing, but he gone. But you know, I got a young scrappy manager, man. We've been at this thing about, you know, our daughters are 16, so we've been at this thing about 16 years together. Will Bronson from Active Management, and he's just a believer. It's amazing what you can do with somebody when you believe in yourself, but when you got a crew that believe in you, you can't fail them. You're going to work harder, you're going to push your yard, try to get an extra inch. You know what I mean? So I just have a lot of people encouraging. So I couldn't let them down, couldn't let myself down, and it's just a moment in time for me, for a growth of the what to expect out of black men as rappers.